So the press release says he's entering his 12th year and his 6th year with Seattle.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
That's a pretty awesome career. Just sum up where you are and how exciting it is to be back here.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was telling my wife, now I have 2 kids running around. I was like, you're 12 of preseason. It's crazy to think how long it's been, but yeah, I'm excited. I still have that excitement, still want to get after it. Maybe I go at a little slower pace as some of the young guys to ease into preseason, but that's life.
Coach said you had a chance to go elsewhere. You were a free agent. I mean,
yeah.
He's so happy to have you back. What was that process like in deciding to stay here as opposed to getting...
Yeah, I still, me on a personal level, first of all, I love being part of a winning organization, and I think we got the best fans in the league. So playing here it's an awesome experience, and I'm happy to be able to continue doing that. Me personally, I kind of feel like I've got some unfinished business. Maybe I had a few too many little injuries here and there last year, and I didn't want to leave kind of like on that note, being like, because I personally feel like I could have helped the team at the end of the year last year, and I didn't like that feeling of not being able to do that. So I kind of want to have a chance to kind of, have a rebound season, I guess you could say.
You mentioned unfinished business for you personally. How much unfinished business do you feel in that clubhouse with the whole team?
Oh no, everybody, I think everybody knows the way last year ended was not what this team's capable of, and you've seen Garth and Craig and everybody in the front office bringing in more pieces to make it a better team. On paper, this team's, I say it every year, this team's probably one of the best teams I've been on in my career on paper. So it's a whole feeling out process of getting everybody in. We still have a lot of guys that we need to get back and getting the group together. It's gonna be a fun year, I think.
One of those guys, Albert Rusnak. What are your initial impressions on what he can add to this team?
Yeah, he brings a lot of quality into the team and into the final third and in midfield. So far getting to meet him and talk to him, seems like a great locker room guy. So I'm looking forward to getting to know him more and getting to play with him more.
Can you talk a little bit about that knee injury, or the end? What happened exactly, and
Yeah, so in the summer last year, I just got a mastectomy, got some lateral cartilage or some lateral meniscus cleared out, and it kind of, lingered around. Maybe I kind of rushed it back a little too quick. Going into a contract year, I was trying to push, and the older you get, sometimes the more time you got to take. And I learned that. I tried to play through the swelling and stuff, and it just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. So, I made the decision to go see a specialist in Chicago, a cartilage specialist in Chicago. And he cleared it out, and, hopefully it's a brand new knee now.
Do you think if that you guys would have went further, that you could have came back, or were you definitely going to shut down?
I was pushing. You never want to look forward in MLS, because every team, anybody can beat anybody, but I was looking forward to, maybe being available for the next game after RSL or the conference finals. And, in the grand scheme of things, maybe rest was the best thing for my knee for this year.
As far as you guys go with last season, how do you look back on that overall? And, is there much discussion about that since you have so many pieces?
We haven't talked about it yet. I mean, like I said, we've still got half our teams essentially missing right now. But I'm sure everybody's got that bitter taste in their mouth. They want to get back after it this year, kind of put that the way last year ended to bed. Overall, throughout the season, I thought we had a really good season. We had a lot of guys step up, and that just gives us even more depth for this year, more experience for this year. Obviously, the playoffs is a whole different beast. You can squeak in one game and make a run to the playoffs, or you can kind of like New England, Supporter Shield, win everything, lose first round. So it's a different season in itself. But when I look back on last year as a team whole, I think it was a successful year.
What was the free agent process like for you?
Long. A lot of teams saying they're very interested, and they're like, we'll get back to you. And then it just comes to a point where, you just got to make a decision. I think a lot of teams try to drag it out. Well, I mean, this from my perspective. A lot of teams told me they were interested. And then when push came to shove, maybe I didn't get as offers as I would have liked. But I think at the end of the day, I was always going to come back and give Seattle the chance to, I want to give you guys firsthand. You guys have treated me very well. I love being here. And, Garth and I get along very well. And I'm happy with how it all worked out.
Is it a little surreal to see a player who came into the league after you, Andy Rose came in 2012, I think.
Yeah.
He came in 2011.
Did he
in-
come in?
I think so. Coaching. I mean, is it weird to see a player that's like
You saw
your
my reaction
contemporary?
there. Well, he was in training the other day, and I had a chance to kind of give him a little shoulder. I was like, "You're on the coaching staff now. I'll take it easy. I'll take it easy on you." No, it's So basically, you're saying I'm old, huh?
No, I'm saying
Just
he's
kidding.
young.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's Hey, I'm gonna play this as long as my body will let me. But yeah, it's great for him. I'm happy. He's a great guy. You know, the more I get to know him, it's been. I think he's gonna be a seamless transition to the staff.
You've had young coaches before, obviously with Gonzo and Jimmy.
Yeah.
I mean, is that dynamic? Do you notice that dynamic being any different? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think, as a player, when you have somebody who just came from your side onto the coaching staff, it's almost more personable. You can almost be, I I have no problem being honest with everybody, but maybe some people feel more comfortable around a coach who's a little younger and can kind of relay a message secondhand. So I think it's a good transition for some of the young guys to kind of feel more comfortable talking to somebody else like that. But, I think like anything, like a team and like a coaching staff, you got to find that balance. And I think this organization's done a great job of doing that.
Through a few trainings in today's scrimmage, have any of the young guys stood out to you as talented young players?
Yeah, we got a lot of good young talented guys. I think, I think Cody Baker's been doing a good job. I think Jackson Regan has been doing good so far as a center back. But Reed's also shown really well, and I like Soda. I mean, the list goes on and on. We got a lot of good young guys that are technically very good, and they kind of coming up through the system. It kind of is seamless when they get into the first team on how they want to play and stuff. So I think the club does very well of bringing everybody through the system.
Well, talked about how you and AB had sessions at the start of last year.
Yeah,
and then,
I think it's going to be a thing now. Now everybody's going to want to kick me in preseason thinking they're going to get a roster spot.
So you mentioned Jackson Regan. Have you and him gotten into it at all yet?
No, like I said, the older I get, the more I shy away from it now. So I'll save it for the league.
You before you set goals for yourself, obviously, to the scoring part
Yeah.
of it. Do you still do that as far as this season, or do you still? Is it
I
changed?
do. My mindset this year is be available for selection every single game, and I know the goals will come. So I think, obviously, it's great to have, set goals that you want to achieve, but if you're not healthy, you can't get them. So I think I'm at a point where I need to prove to everybody, look, I can stay healthy and durable like I used to be, and maybe last year was just a little, it's life, it's just a little bump in the road, and I'm looking forward to turning that around and being healthy and dependable and scoring the goals.
So you wouldn't mind so much, like last year, even though things didn't show up in the stat book, you were still very key to a lot of the success. So that wouldn't bother you as much as the goals aren't coming.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of goal scorers on this team. We got a lot of offensive weapons. We're going to get goals, and I think it could possibly be spread throughout the team instead of just relying on one person. But I think, obviously I want to score goals and I want to contribute as much as I can. But like that all comes back to making sure I'm feeling good, healthy, available. And once I do that and work on that, I'll bet on myself every day.